All right, time now to take a look at what's making headlines here in France. I'm joined by Allison Sargent. Good morning, Allison.
Hey, Will.
Starting with one of those things that's sacrosanct here in France, the government wanting to reform unemployment benefits.
That's right, Will. And Le Parisien Aujourd'hui en France has an exclusive interview this morning with the woman who is going to be in charge of this reform. This is Muriel Pénicaud. She is France's labor minister. You can see her photo there. Now, Emmanuel Macron had promised to revolutionize French labor laws, and he's already pushed through a big reform of the labor code. You might remember that. It really loosened up labor laws, made it easier to hire and fire people. Well, Le Parisien says that that was really the first brick in the foundation, and it mainly made things easier for employers. And now this unemployment reform, well, this is the second brick. It's going to give benefits to workers. And the labor minister there says she's promising new rights for the unemployed. She's also promised not to push these new laws through the government by ordinance, which was a big point of contention when the labor code reform was kind of pushed through. This time, these reforms are going to go through the government and will be properly and probably very heatedly debated in the parliament.
Yeah. Well, for all those in France who are looking for jobs, Le Parisien has a report on one company that's recruiting.
That's right, and they have a very cute recruitment strategy. As you may or may not know, France's unemployment agency here is called Pôle emploi. Well, this employment website is called Poule emploi, and poule actually in French means chicken. So as you could imagine, they're looking for chicken farmers, Will, or rather egg farmers, people who are going to raise chickens for free-range eggs. The company proposing this is based in the north of France, and they're committed to fully supporting the new farmers and say that they will buy their eggs, give them a lot of business. Le Parisien says it's really the perfect opportunity for all of those city dwellers who are kind of looking to get out back into the country.
Think global, act local there. Now, another animal getting attention in the French papers this morning, mosquitoes.
That's right, and this is because fears of dengue fever, there are fears of a dengue fever epidemic on the French islands of Réunion and New Caledonia. Le Figaro is reporting that the World Health Organization has sounded the alarm. In La Réunion, 110 cases were recorded between January and February of this year. That's already more cases than the island saw in all of 2017. So there's been a big boom. The local paper in Réunion is talking about how the government has actually declared war now on mosquitoes. You can see them out spraying. They've already sprayed over 1,000 houses in just the past several days.
Transitioning now to the entertainment industry. It's award season for movies. Papers in La Réunion are looking at tonight's César ceremony here in France.
That's right, and you might wonder why La Réunion is so interested. Well, that's because the man who is going to be hosting this ceremony tonight is actually from Réunion. His name is Manu Payet. He's an actor from Réunion. You can see a photo of him there in that local paper. The César Awards are nicknamed the French Oscars, and they actually fall on the same weekend this year. The Oscars are going to be on Sunday. And in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal and the Me Too movement, actors have been really making statements at these awards shows, as we've seen people wearing black at the Golden Globes. We're expected to see some symbolism tonight at the César as well. There have been calls for people to wear white ribbons in protest of violence against women.
And finally, a different note, some culture news. Nonetheless, one of France's most famous Parisians may be getting ready to move.
All right, this is a woman who lives in Paris, and if you've ever visited the city, you've most likely seen her. I'm talking about the Mona Lisa, or La Joconde, that famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci. France's culture minister has said she's actually seriously thinking about lending the Mona Lisa to other museums. Now, Le Progrès, a paper from Lyon, reports that the Louvre is actually not in support of this. The museum says it's too dangerous to move the Mona Lisa. They actually don't even move her around within the museum. The French city of Lens, though, which is in the north, well, there's a local offshoot of the Louvre Museum there, and they are dying to have her. I pulled out this tweet actually that shows a photo of a local football game there in February, and you can see that banner they rolled out trying to kind of make their case that the Mona Lisa should be theirs.
It gives a different air to her smile when football fans hold it up, doesn't it, Allison? Allison Sargent with a roundup of what's making the French headlines. She'll be back a little bit later with the international press. That's all for now. Stay tuned. More headlines coming up in just a moment.